What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and we are here for part 2 of our Madden 20 realistic rebuild of the Minnesota Vikings. Through the first 5 years, we have 2 divisional titles to our name. That's about it, but we've drafted incredibly well. When we're looking at our starting point here, we still have Dalvin Cook, Madison, Justin Jefferson, Ezra Cleveland, Elfline, Garrett Bradbury, Brian O'Neill, Irv Smith Jr. The offense, we tried to keep as many of these guys intact, even though, on field, 2 divisional titles, it's not bad, but, I'm not here gloating about our Super Bowl victory. So I don't know about the decision to commit to the actual Vikings that were on the roster, the starting roster, as much as I have. Has that been to our detriment? Has that been to our benefit? Not really sure. But the players we brought in, we got this guy, Quinlan, on the O-line. He's an 83-24. He has a chance to hit up into the 90s. We drafted a superstar X-Factor, Eric Smith, at a USC. Strong-arm quarterback, X-Factor with the pro reads ability, which is pretty damn nice. We got Rashad Bateman out of the University of Minnesota. Really nice-looking wide receiver, 26-84 scheme fit. Defensively, front four, Hunter's still there. He's good. Superstar X Factor. We have Michael Pierce, who's still doing his thing, but he is pretty much at that, last hurrah of his career. At 76, he's also 32 years old. We have Hutchinson, who's a 79, and this guy. The year that we drafted our X Factor quarterback, we got Jerick Oliver, superstar dev, out the gate D-tag. He's only 23. Ceiling is incredibly high. Secondary, we just had Mike Hughes and Jeff Gladney, 2 original starting guys on this Vikings roster, hit a superstar dev trait in this previous offseason, so their best football hopefully is going to be ahead of them. We have Raymond here, Grant. Our secondary is on point. Linebacking core, we have Troy Dye. Eric Kendricks obviously has regressed way down there. We traded for Adam Anderson, who's a really talented linebacker right now at the University of Georgia. He's an 83 star. Not an ideal scheme fit pass coverage, but he's not a liability. He's just a solid linebacker to have, but this is definitely a position we're going to have to give some new attention to in the upcoming offseasons. We still have Harrison Smith. I don't know for how long, but he's still here. And then we got Antoine Winfield Jr., his father, Minnesota Vikings. I don't know if I would consider him a legend for the Vikings, but a very popular Minnesota Viking. He's now here, like Rashad Bateman, getting guys from the University of Minnesota. I don't know. That wasn't really planned, but it's always kind of cool when you do stuff like that. So generally speaking, though, this team is very solid. And we have, obviously with the most important position, we have a superstar X Factor who's going to be here for the next 5 years to finish out this rebuild. So optimism is very high that over the next 5 years, years 6 through 10, Eric Smith will be able to break the curse, whatever postseason curse you may think the Vikings have, and he'll bring them their first Super Bowl. Let's get into it. So for our first free agency period, I'm maybe looking at see if we can get an upgrade over Madison here. We got CJ Verdell. We're going to lowball it because, running back's not that big of a need. I was hoping we could land a linebacker. Like Nick Bolton's here. I'm pretty sure he's black. I don't think he's a white guy, but Nick Bolton here, no bid. But I need a pass coverage guy. That's what I'm kind of looking for from a scheme fit. There's not a lot. Deshaun White, 76. He's 25. I think maybe we can give him a bottom of the barrel offer, because if not, I will say I do struggle to draft linebackers. Let's see if we can give him like in the 60s. I do struggle to draft linebackers for whatever reason. Obviously it's just the players that are available. So we'll lowball 2 guys here in free agency that are just more so death moves. And if we miss out on them, so be it. We have to just continue to dominate the draft like we have in years past. All right, so take a look at our draft recap. Really just went BPA when we could. I wanted an edge rusher, and boy, did we get one. You can pretty much tell when I started simming out the draft with our final 3 picks. We got 72 tackles, 66 fullback, 71 tackle, 71 tackle. But our big picks in the first 3, I got my number 1 and number 2 target. That was pretty good. In the first round, we had Derek Branch, 76, hidden dev edge rusher. We needed this. We need another edge rusher to come in, replace Aiden Hutchinson on that D-line. He's almost a scheme fit right away. And then in the second round, this was a guy actually I think about getting at pick 27. He was still there because we had 2 second rounders because the previous years we just been trading away our picks. He's, I'm glad we got him in the second round. I didn't burn him in the first round. 74 normal. He's a deep threat, 6 feet, 190, 95 acceleration, 82 catching traffic's fine. Good athlete, but obviously the dev trait kind of hurts him a little bit. As long as quarterbacks keep falling in the second round, I will keep drafting them and see if we can use them as eventual trade bait. QB factory. We only have 1 quarterback on the roster, so we're definitely in the market of getting a backup. So why not? Charles Wynn, 77 hit and dev out of Auburn. Not really a scheme fit, but my God, those base stats look like 92 throw power, 90 short accuracy. Yeah, those are pretty desirable traits for a young rookie quarterback. So most likely, because we already have our X Factor, he's going to be trade bait in the coming weeks, in the coming off seasons. But it's a nice player to get nonetheless. But hold on, big things for this edge rusher. Need him to come out good dev trait. Midway point, year number 6, first year, 3 and 4 out the gate. Stumbled for sure. Definitely not where we want to be. Yeah, that's not ideal. That's definitely not ideal, given the fact, I mean, where our offense is at. Good news is that Branch on the defense is a superstar. I don't know why he wasn't starting there. I don't know why people keep adjusting my goddamn starting lineup. But he's a superstar, which is outstanding. Couldn't ask for anything better in your first round draft pick anyway. So we're happy with that. Contracts, we got Dalvin Cook, 3-year deal. I mean, he's been the best player on our offense by a considerable amount, even though what is his value going to be when he's 33? Who really knows? But he's worth the contract. Same Dave Raymond, solid. We're not going to get anything better than that. On the interior line, Quinlan. I mean, like I said, ceiling's very high for him. We got some more questions. Longer term tenured players. Probably not Kendricks, unfortunately. We look at the rest. I like the kicker. You can never have a shitty kicker. I'm starting to learn maybe that's a deciding factor in some of our rebuilds. We got O'Neal at 81. He's replaceable. Bradbury at center, 2-year deal. It's a center. I think I'm a little bit more inclined to pay a center than I am a tackle at this point, because centers, I've been able to win Super Bowls with like 65 overall centers. So yeah, really happy with how this free agency period go. Maybe I'll extend the olive branch out to Kendricks for just one more year, keeping him just as a depth guy. But other than that, we're happy with our team management. Okay, not fired. That's pretty much the only positive from this year, is that we didn't get fired after a 6-10 year with a 85 overall team. We already saw the dev trade. How did we become not great? Eric Smith not playing well. Hopefully we can see what if the other guy has a good dev trade, if the other guy's something better than a star, I might have to just see what they can do in this offense. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, Dalvin Cook's playing well. No one's doing anything from a receiver standpoint. Deshaun White, we brought in free agency, 120 tackles. It's cool. Sacks are less than ideal for sure, but wait, what? All those numbers look terrible, to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest with you. They all look dog shit. Josh Allen got the MVP. Well, all right, let's go to year 7. So as we enter the offseason, just, disappointment across the board. I'm going to punter, and then this tackle just chilling. Superstar dev tackle, he's 27. I don't know how you only get a $10 million contract is what you're looking for. I should even offer him more. I'm going to give him 30. Straight on 30 million bucks. 4-year, 30 million. Come to our team. And he rejected it. This rebuild sucks. All right, so we're able to flip that quarterback. Win, who's only a star dev, but he is 23 star, so very high ceiling. Still could very well be in a 90 overall quarterback. A 3rd and a 5th for the Philadelphia Eagles first round pick, number 6. Very weak quarterback draft class, so it makes a whole lot of sense for them to make a move on a guy that, there's way less risk. You know what you're getting. So yeah, we had a lot of ammunition in this draft because we're pretty much going to throw a Hail Mary. This might be our last year. I simmed it out after, obviously, the last 2 picks kind of sucked. We got a couple solid depth players. Look at this. In the 2nd round, we just flipped the quarterback for a first-round pick, top 10 pick. Got another one. Ken Hyde, 77 hidden dev at a Notre Dame. Yep. Grow on trees. But our 2 first-round picks, we had pick 5 and pick 6. They need a hit. We got Trey Stringer at D-tackle. We need another D-tackle. And he's a 77 hidden dev. Really nice-looking player. Was number 3, I think, in true talent. And then we need a wide receiver, man. I feel like we have 2 star dev wide receivers. You don't have that, game changer. And we had Daniel Moore, 7.7 combine grade, 75 hidden dev, out of Wisconsin, 5'11", 210. But like DJ Moore, looks like a really nice football player. Catching solid, route running solid for a rookie. Good athlete. So let's hope there's something better than a star dev under the hood here for Daniel Moore. Out of all 3 of these players, Morse is the guy that can't be a star dev. Our offense, definitely in a transitionary period. I'll tell you right now, Morris will go right in the slot position. Our O-line has seen better days, honestly. Especially our tackles. We get a 75 and 73 starting tackle, but I will say I've had a lot of weird sim results, positive weird sim results when I have a bad O-line versus having a dominant O-line, so we will see. On the defensive side of things, I mean, the dev traits, I see what Stringer has, but 2 superstars, a superstar X Factor. Both Gladney and Hughes have gone up to superstars. Let's go. Troy Dye went up a dev trait. White went up a dev trait. We still got Kendricks doing his thing on the roster as the veteran. So we're getting a lot of dev traits, a whole lot of dev traits. But it is not amounting to shit on the field. We were the 5th worst team in the NFL last year. So Smith needs to step it up. If not, maybe Hyde will be better. And I don't know. I don't even know if we'll have time to see what kind of dev trait Hyde has if we have another bad year here in year 7. Yeah, okay, if this quarterback, what are we, 3 and 4? If this quarterback doesn't have top 10 stats, oh, he's pretty close though. 14 and 5. I don't think I can bench. I was so ready to just bench him for Hyde and see what we have. I mean, he's not playing brutal because obviously he's never gonna have a lot of passing yards because we run the ball first. Dalvin Cook's averaging 90 a game, but the touchdowns, as long as he's close to top 10. How are we 3 and 4? Why is this rebuild going so badly for me? I'm doing everything right. I'm drafting as good as I've ever drafted in any rebuild. We have a goddamn X Factor quarter. They're cursed. They're absolutely cursed. This motherfucker wants 155. No. Don't even care what the dev trade is on this guy. I'm peeking because this is probably going to be our last year if we don't turn it around. What is this guy's dev trade? I don't even care if it's a star. Don't give a shit. You're a new starting quarterback. This other guy wants $155 million. He's done frig all in his whole NFL career. Don't think so, boss. Outside of that, we'll give Hughes, superstar, X Factor, corners don't grow on trees. I might as well see if we can get Harrison Smith to re-up for one more deal. Let's see. No, he doesn't. Okay. Oh, that's not smart. Especially when we were sucking to try and hold out for more money. Harrison Smith, they're the reason why we're not winning. Okay? I said it. Thank God we got fired. Sorry for the short rebuild if you're a Viking, but this was awful, man. Absolutely, positively awful. We did everything in our power to have a solid team. Everything. Drafted our asses off. 3 dev trade guys every year, it felt like. We had an X Factor quarterback that in his 4 years, Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook was the only good player we had on the team. The only good guy, only consistent guy. Offense was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Hey, Justin Jefferson, 88 star. Have you ever gone over 1,000 yards? Oh, you didn't. Hey, what about Irv Smith Jr.? Took over Colorado. You ever go over like 1,000 yards? No. What about Rashad Bateman, 86? You've been starting for a couple years. You ever go over 1,000 yards? Oh, no, you didn't, because it's impossible with an X Factor quarterback, man. Absolute garbage. Hey, Daniil Hunter, how many times did you go over 10 sacks with us? Let's see here. 1. None of our good players played good outside of Dalvin Cook. What else can I say? This was just the most... It's not the most frustrating rebuild. Because, I mean, whatever, right? It wasn't like we had to do 10 years, and it was always just underperforming. At least they nipped in the bud right away, and we can get the hell out of here. But in terms of star power, underperforming star power, this Vikings rebuild might take the cake. It's a failure. It's one of the few failure rebuilds. Right now I'm going to the old Excel sheet, putting a 0 in the Super Bowl column, shading it red. It's joining the... Rams rebuild, the Cardinals rebuild, the Broncos rebuild, the Bucks rebuild, the Lions rebuild, and the Patriots rebuild as failures. But this one just feels different because, in those other rebuilds, it was always like, we kind of hung on to some certain players just a little too long. Like maybe we, not this one just kept churning out superstars and superstar X Factors, and not one guy outside of Dalvin Cook ever lived up to that billing. So, well, you can't win them all. You definitely can't win them all. And that's how we're going to end this video. Very short video. Now you guys can go out and enjoy your Sundays. Hopefully it's nice weather where you are. It's raining, piss poor rain in here. The next rebuild is going to be in the AFC. We have 2 AFC teams left. We have the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets. I think because the Jets is going to be the bigger rebuild of it. We'll probably just get the Chiefs out of the way next. and that will be dropping for you guys on Tuesday or Wednesday. So the next rebuild will be Kansas City. Then from Kansas City, we're going to go and probably do Seattle. And then from Seattle, we'll go to the Jets. And then we'll probably finish with, and probably, I mean, this, I'm literally telling you what we're doing. We'll finish with the Carolina Panthers. So the Jets and the Panthers will be our final 2 rebuild teams in the Madden 20 Realistic Rebuild Series. And they're debatably, 2 of the bigger rebuild teams that you could even possibly do from the get-go. So that'll be fun. It's kind of worked out it that way. But thanks for watching. Sorry, Viking fans, we couldn't make our superstar players in the sim play like superstar players. It's just what it is. Hashtag fix Madden franchise. You know what it is. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow with most likely episode 49 of Flashback Pink Slips. See you then. Peace out.